Good morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always, told out of Voice of Radio. So today, we need to take a look at 3 new character rares that are coming around in VMAX Climax. Now, the main set list of VMAX Climax is out at this stage. I did do a video showing you all the important points from that just a couple of days ago. Might even have been yesterday No, it was a couple of days ago. I will pop a link to that one in the description. But today we got some more character rares to talk about. For what it's worth, I should be able to do an opening of this set on the release date in Japan, which is going to be pretty gosh darn fun. And I will be showing you all of the character rares when they are revealed, which will be when the set reveals at the end of next week. But for today, we've got 3 new ones that have been revealed, and I think it's fair to say that all of these are pretty gosh darned exciting. So starting off then, we've got Crobat V. Yeah, that Crobat V. Now, for what it's worth, and I do think this is a fairly important point, every card which we have seen so far, including the 3 today, they all have counterpoints in the main set. I.e., it really looks like the evolution lines in the main set, one of those cards is getting a character rare. That is really what it is starting to look like. No guarantee at this stage, but it is very, very likely that is going to be the case moving forward, which means if there is a card in the main set which you're excited about, probably getting a character rare, or at least one of the line is. If there is a card like, for instance, with me, the pre-release Don fan, which could reasonably have been expected to be in the set, although we now know it's not, because it's not in the set, some pre-release promos did make it in, others like Don fan didn't, the chances of getting a character rare are basically 0. At this stage, I would be really, really surprised if any character rare came around which wasn't a card that was in the main set proper. So Crobat V then, look, what more do you need to know at this stage? It's Crobat V. Crobat V is the draw engine in the Pokemon TCG, at least in terms of it's a basic Pokemon that I search for to get set up or to get a boost in the mid-game or whatever. Play it from your hand to your bench, draw till you got 6 cards in your hand. We all know it at this stage. There have been others in the past, but they've all rotated out. We're left with Crobat. And at this stage, I need to just continue to give props to the Pokemon Company. Because firstly, let's not forget, it's a character rare. And look, the character rare is not going to be particularly easy to get. This is a character super rare. It's CHR for regular Pokemon, and then CSR for Pokemon V and VMAX. I'm assuming, I do not know this for a fact, this is pure supposition on my part, let's be clear, but I'm assuming that not unlike things like Shiny Star V, you're going to be getting 2 or 3 regular characters in the set, in when you buy a box, and then 1 of the CSR. So yeah, this Crobat's going to be very rare and all of that, but Crobat's just in the set. And that's wonderful. Also, we will almost certainly get an English version of this at some point, which is rather lovely. And let's not forget that since Crobat came around in Darkness Ablaze, we had it reprinted in Shining Fates. And we had the shiny in Shining Fates, because they brought in Crobat VMAX, they had to reprint the V. And that was a promo over here, which was lovely. And they printed it in the Trainer's Toolkit, the alternate art version of it. So nobody can accuse Pokemon of not having made Crobat V available. Oh my word, they have made Crobat V extremely available. Appears here with Silver, and that makes sense. Silver, of course, is the main antagonist, your rival, call it what you will, in Pokemon Silver. And, look, gets a Zubat, evolves it up through a Crobat, boom. Makes perfect sense, ladies and gentlemen. Makes perfect sense. So yeah, he's your rival. He has a Zubat, turns it into a Crobat, gets a Crobat card here. That makes absolute perfect sense. Also, as a fun little side note that I care about and you might not, this is an artist, apparently not the first, but maybe the second, who actually does do cards, has done 17 cards for the Digimon TCG, and now doing their first card for the Pokemon TCG. Now, maybe less impressive playability-wise, but certainly going to be a much more sought-after card. We've got Mimikyu VMAX. Now look, even though they are both CSR, if it's anything like it was in sets like Shiny Star V, the VMAXs, although they share a rarity with the V, are going to be significantly rarer than the Pokemon V. So Crobat's going to come around a bit more often than Mimikyu. And Mimikyu VMAX, for those that may have forgotten, is actually a new card in the set. It is a never-before-seen VMAX. It is the only new VMAX which actually comes around in the set, which is rather lovely. But it's the artwork. It's the fact that it's got Ace Roller. It's just phenomenal. The memes have already been going all around Twitter since this card was revealed, and you've got Ace Roller, a pretty popular character, lying on a Gigantamax Mimikyu, kind of using it as a giant bed. For what it's worth, that head looks at a slightly angle, which is more than most human heads should be able to do, but apparently Ace Roller's cool with it, so I am too. And man, this is a beautiful looking card. Now, Mimikyu VMAX, for what it's worth, I said it is a brand new, never-before-seen card, and incidentally it is. And it is a pretty interesting card. 2 colourless energy, you place 4 damage counters on your opponent's Pokemon in any way you like. But if you played Ace Roller's Intuition from your hand this turn, you place 13 damage counters instead. For anyone that's forgotten, Ace Roller's Intuition, you look at your opponent's hand, and you draw a card for each trainer card you find there. Pretty nice card, certainly not too bad. And then for 2 Psychic Energy, 120, discard a random card from your opponent's hand. Clearly placing 13 damage counters is the real draw here. And to put it bluntly, if you are going to be setting this up fast enough, if you get this rolling quickly enough, you're going to be dropping 13 damage counters on your opponent's board that hasn't had time to actually set up yet. And against evolving decks, it's going to be checkmate, like, immediately. Like, your opponent literally will not be able to get going fast enough. They will be losing before you've actually given them a chance to start evolving, because you'll just be wrecking their pre-evolutions on the bench, using Mimikyu and Ace Roller as a pair. It's really quite impressive. So yeah, it's a cool card, and look, I don't know if it's going to be particularly playable in terms of, shaking up the meta, although I do know that double turbo energy coming in Brilliant Stars, which reduces the damage you do, won't reduce the damage you do because you're not doing damage or dropping damage counters, so double turbo energy here is a great option. But basically, it's a really good card in terms of interestingness, and a phenomenal card in terms of artwork and how much people are going to want it. And then the last card that's gone and been revealed is your Rapid Strike Urshifu V. Shout out to the lovely Primal Lugia who has cleared up and straightened up this image. No, it's not a perfect image, I'm not going to pretend it is, but it comes from a poster and quite frankly, it's better than the version we did have, so shout out to Primal Lugia for being awesome. And this is weird to me, because although we've seen Pokemon V, like Crobat and even Boltund, as character rares in this set, there is no Boltund VMAX in this set. Boltund VMAX exists, but it's not in the set, which is why Boltund had to be Boltund V, in terms of which one got the character rare. Well, this is the first example we've seen of a Pokemon that does get a VMAX in the set, but it is the Pokemon V that is getting the character rare. For what it's worth, hey Wassy, does that mean we'll be getting Rapid Strike and Single Strike Urshifu V and VMAX as character rares? Highly doubt it. Possible? Highly doubt it. I would be very surprised. I mean, in the same way, we saw Rockruff coming as a character rare, and we are therefore not expecting Lycanroc. I think it's fair to say that getting the Pokemon V here makes it extremely likely, not guaranteed, let's be clear, but extremely likely that we won't be getting the VMAX. Now, the good news is this is the good Pokemon V. This is the one from the set, not the promo. Well, the best will in the world that the promo is not as good. I don't think that's a particularly controversial statement. Free energy, 180, but mostly it's laser focus. Search a deck for 2 fighting energy and attach them to this Pokemon. Helps you get going really quickly with your big attacks, so it's clearly the better of them. And the good news is we can extrapolate out from this a little bit, because you will notice that the character there is Gloria. And of course, we know that Gloria and Victor are your 2 protagonists from Sword and Shield. I showed you just the other day, a couple of days ago, that rubber playmat set which is coming out featuring the pair of them. And look, I don't think I'm really making much of a stretch here when I'm telling you that seeing Gloria with Single Strike Urshifu makes it extremely extremely likely that we are going to be seeing Victor with Rapid Strike Urshifu. Again, expect Pokemon to use the V, not the VMAX, and expect them to use the set version, not the promo. So this is cool. I mean, Rapid Strike Urshifu and Single Strike Urshifu, they are two of the best decks in the game right now, although recently Rapid Strikers actually taken a bit of a back seat to Single Strike, which was not the case initially. So now you're getting lovely promos with the character art featuring the protagonist, and of course, you know, given the DLC where you go through and get your Urshifu, these do make sense to be the ones featured with Gloria and Victor. So frankly, I like this very much indeed. These are 3 absolutely phenomenal cards. I, for one, am absolutely delighted. I think these look phenomenal and brilliant and awesome, and I just want to see the rest of them. I have made this point a couple of times, I've even done a whole video about it, but let me just reiterate nice and quickly. We have had actual proper confirmation that we are getting exactly 30 of these character rares in Brilliant Stars. That is a fact, that is official. It certainly is looking more and more likely that there are at least 70 in VMAX Climax, maybe 1 or 2 more. What that means is, do not expect all of these in Brilliant Stars, and please, 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 if you see anyone saying a particular character rare is in Brilliant Stars, unless there are only 30 in VMAX Climax, and it really doesn't look like there are, they cannot possibly know that unless they work for the Pokemon Company International. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen, that's what you need to know. They're 3 new cards. I'm delighted. You should be too. But now I want to hear from you guys. Which of these 3 newly revealed cards is your favourite? And why is it Mimikyu VMAX? Go nuts in the comment section, but be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCG Radio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that good stuff, head on over to patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can do exactly that. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.